Yes.
Perfect, thank you very much. So third eye, Pam.
Well, I don't know if you remember me wittering last year or the year before, I can't remember, about these lights that were appearing in my bedroom at night.
Yeah.
And they went away. I haven't seen them all this year. And last night they were back.
Oh.
And I asked them if they were from the light, because I thought, I'll do all the right things here. And they kept coming, and it was like, you know, when you see Peter Pan and Tinkerbells, that's what it's like. And sometimes the light is a pinky red, and sometimes it's white. So whether there's more than one of them there, I don't know.
You're seeing angel orbs.
Well, yeah, I kind of thought they might be elementals, but I don't know.
Yeah, they'd still appear in an orb.
So that was rather nice.
Spark of light, but it would still be a sphere of some sort normally.
Are they just round, Pam, or are they like actual energy lines?
No, it's like watching stars twinkling. Only it's like a bigger star. It's probably, oh, I don't know. I can't even give you a size, but it's flashing on and off. It's bizarre. And because when it first happened a couple of years ago, I thought I'd got a detached retina or something. So I was walking around the house looking, and it was still with me. I don't know what it is, but it's for real, because I used to think I'd woken up in the night as if my eyes were open, and I would see reams of like hieroglyphs, and I thought I was awake, but I'm not sure I was, but I was definitely awake last night when I saw these lights. So
wow, amazing. So some communication happening.
Well, something, yeah.
We're doing a bit more of that tonight, and I'm putting you all in your own spheres as well.
Ooh, exciting.
Your own mode of travel. Exciting. Oh, lovely, Pam. Thank you. Anyone else? Mandy?
I was going to say that I feel like my third eye has been working better. It's gone a bit off a bit now, but just after that meditation, I was really just shutting my eyes, and there was just stuff whizzing past all the time. It was really quite considerable. And also I see those lights that Pam's talking about. Not sure they're your lights, but I see other lights since the lockdown, and sort of in my mind, my awakening, I've seen similar lights. And what I do is in the morning I say thank you for being with me, sort of to the angels, guides, masters, whoever, and thank you for reminding me that you're here and with me, and that's my understanding that they're doing. Just now, before, I was just watching a bit of TV, and they're a bigger sort of orb just kind of went ping a couple of times, 3 or 4 times, like, get on with it, go on, you need to get in there. And so it might, but it is difficult to interpret, because sometimes you just see these lights and you go, oh, I have no idea what that means, you know. And I haven't really got time to find out at the moment. So but yeah,
I mean, not many people get to see them with their actual eyes. I've told you the story about Jake. He can see with his physical eyes, but what we were aware of when the children were little is we had a baby monitor, and you can see them really clearly. Around, you know, in his room, it was a bit like, and then when he got to 2, we had a day where like, I don't know, however many other 2-year-olds, like babies, charging about the garden and in and out of the house. And that night, Maddie was a tiny baby then, and that night her bedroom was just mental. It was full. Wow. And I was just like, what on earth is going on here? And I didn't know enough about the angel orbs at that point, but very soon realized that she was giggling and watching them, and you know, she was having a high old time. She wasn't frightened by it or anything like that. But we just realised, obviously, the house is a portal, and it was a little bit too much.
Right.
Keeping her awake. So we had it cleared after that, just into a kind of level of it being manageable, and just bringing the kids' energy back into, so that they were more protected, rather than, because obviously Jake used to see stuff that wasn't so nice. A bit like you, Faye, with stuff turning up. He got really bombarded when he was about 7, and that was all a little bit too much. And of course, he's not interested to understand any of it, so to just keep him cleared. So that's where Cherry comes in. Every now and again, have a little look at Jake. So yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, when that starts to come up. But when he had that one in his bedroom when he was 14, and I got really excited, he was completely like, wow, don't keep going on about it. It's like, but it's amazing. He's like, all right, shut up now. Okay. But yeah, it's brilliant. Anyone have any kind of fallout from doing the third eye?
Yes, I don't see like Orby things often, but I did have a day about a week or so ago. I don't know when it was. I texted you, didn't I, Val, with all those lights? And I was like, I took some on my phone and like tried to like I captured loads on my phone, but there was like loads came in, like loads of light and like different ones. I don't know if it's showing up on here properly.
See it a
Yeah,
bit.
not a light.
The glare.
Oh yeah. No, there's like there's quite a lot. I'll send them afterwards. But there was loads of different like things that came in, but they were all like really like they weren't dark or anything. They were like really light, and there was lots of them in different all over the place. I'll send them in the group, then you can just look at them. That would have been easy, wouldn't it? Oh, can you see my bright screen? Yeah.
The good thing is that you've got all these tools now to use for whatever you need. Because the point is to see the 3D aspect, and then obviously part of the 3D aspect is, you know, illuminated. It's still positive and high energy. So it's learning how to hang out in that more and see where you're at, and then use the tools and other tools that you have of your own to make the transition through the shadows. Really, it's what we're doing, is the point. And sometimes there's going to be fallout from that, not just because we're doing this, but just because it's, you know, we're all in here now because we're all on our pathway, and sometimes some of that fallout is not comfortable at all, and you can think, well, this is all gone to shit, excuse my French. And then, you know, ultimately it might be that it's something's protecting you, and it's something's not meant to be. You know, a bit like Lou and I not having a clue what we're doing about clinic, and it's just like, well, no idea how that's going to pan out, but maybe we're not meant to be in clinic around loads of people at the minute physically. I don't know. I have to trust that something will become clear.
I've got a healing room here.
Oh, that's the problem is that a lot of people won't travel that far.
Okay, I just thought I'd say
that's really kind though.
That's all right. I just thought I didn't mention it last time because I felt a bit shy, but I have one here. Luckily,
we need somewhere for Louise's pooper scooper.
It's a bit unique.
It's a bit of an
backing away from that one.
So yeah, that's kind, Mandy, thank you. I mean the people that I see physically outside of the Body Talk clients are kind of older people that I've seen for years, and you know, they're really local, and plus the fact I need to be near the dogs and then ready to pick Maddie up from school, so it's a thing kind of locality wise for me in a way.
That I think that's why I didn't mention it. I didn't feel I was local enough, but anyway, I just thought I'd mention it.
Maybe we'll just all move over that way.
Where do you live, Mandy? Where do you live? Where do you live?
Cranley.
Oh, Cranley. Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of a way.
It's not a million miles, it's just a traffic aspect of, you know, wherever it's And sometimes when you move to a new area, you kind of almost starting again, and you've got to build your clientele up again, and you know. So we're putting that out to the universe tonight, Lou, to get something come in, whatever is meant to happen with
There's
that.
got to be something surely in the local area,
Yeah,
you would think.
Yeah. So this need to see how it's going to unfold somehow or another, isn't it? So yeah, so all sorts of things can pop out. So let's share the screen. We're doing the crown today. You see that all right?
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it on smaller screen, just simply because it just seems to lock. If I lose somebody and I have to let people back in or something, it just locks it up and then it won't scroll at all. As long as you can all see that, that's fine. Okay, so this is a lovely picture that I found. There was no one to credit the artwork with, otherwise I would have put that on there. I thought that was rather lovely, the kind of lotus showing up there and that light coming in, which is very beautiful. So the first aspect, oh, it's a bit bright. The first aspect is looking at the crown chakra, which is more in our kind of awareness, the thousandfold lotus, the Sahasrara. I'm not very good at pronouncing the Sanskrit. If anyone else wants to have a go at telling me what that should say. Obviously the crown of the head, it's about consciousness and thought, the colour violet or white, awakening, union with the divine and understanding. When it's balanced, it's about being present, aware and open. Your universal identity, a demon, so the kind of dark aspects can be attachment or ignorance. The gifts of wisdom and grace. And the right energy is to know and understand. Excessive disconnection from earthly reality, spiritual addiction or overly intellectual. Deficient is disconnection from spirit, cynical, closed-minded. Principle of it is awareness, and the core value is about wisdom. There's lots of different aspects, of course, of this that are still very positive. I don't know if any of you, I mean, I've got a massive, great big book here that is the work of Anadea Judith. So if you wanted to, you know, follow the aspects very thoroughly of all the 7 chakras, she's a really good author, and it's all very, very thorough, and it goes into much more detail. So when you're dealing with shadow aspects of something, sometimes it's good to find a good space to, you know, read from knowledge that's actually worth reading, because sometimes we can just kind of end up with, you know, going over the same stuff or not finding somebody who really goes in depth enough to explain the consciousness of all of this. And, you know, if you're a body talk practitioner, obviously there's all the different angles of all the different chakras that come up with that as well. Sort of healing practices that can come along with this chakra would be spiritual discipline, obviously meditation, psychotherapy, anything that is connecting you with your higher mind, and then learning to kind of channel that through. There are quite a lot of people with their crown chakra in excess, where they like really literally addicted to spirituality, or have got the wrong idea about it. Or what I've seen happen a lot lately is a lot of people from the beginning of COVID either went too far with spirituality or got the wrong idea about it, or combined it with drugs or whatever else happened with that, and then have then completely flipped around the other way and gone back into religion. And I've seen that happen a lot, which is, you know, that's excess either way around, and then rubbishing one or the other either way around. But you know, spirituality really is more in a kind of neutral space of just connecting to your own divinity and then your own light family, so that it's it's pretty unlabeled really, because it is just connecting to source. It doesn't need to have a label on it of which discipline is better than something else. But it, like we talked about last time, when you're meditating or teaching, or when you're treating clients and stuff, it's about that pure energy and that pure connection. It doesn't go hand in hand with alcohol and drugs and stuff like that. And I'm not telling people what to do in their own life, because we all do stuff and we're all open to treats and everything else, but you wouldn't do it when you were working or as a kind of spiritual awakening. For me, still the jury's out, like we talked about last time, with things like ayahuasca and stuff like that, because that very much will depend on the person that's delivering the ceremony, the quality of the drug, how the space is held, the other people that are on it. It goes on, as a lot of people have gone down that path calling it spirituality, and it's not that either. There are a few people that are looking for that quick hit, that enlightened experience, and then suddenly they've had this massive awakening. Well, you have to go through the learning of it, and some people sit in circle for years and years. Some people are born with gifts, but you learn how to manage it. So it's not something that just happen. You might have an enlightened moment and then be disappointed for the rest of your life because that never happens again. I know people that's happened to, because you've not brought it into your everyday life of having that embodiment of daily practice and how you live your life. So, all these things can go wrong and become deficient or excessive, or, in their wrong energy, which is then purely in their shadows. Have any of you noticed any of that with other people coming up?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, even Doreen Virtue, she did a complete turnaround.
Yeah.
I have no idea what happens. Suddenly someone wakes up and I don't know. But if you look at, the post I put up weeks ago, which was titled "Jesus was no saint," he wasn't. He was a rebel. He came to make changes and talked about the divinity and healing within us all, and that energy that is existed within us all, and then it's been indoctrinated into this is how you teach it, and that's that. So we all know that, we all know those stories. So yeah,
people seem to be like chasing another high with it. Like, I'll talk to someone like, I've done 3 or 4 hours of divine healing on myself today, and tomorrow I'm doing another 4 hours or 5 hours, and it's like
not,
you're not integrating it, and it's just like a competition. It seems to be a lot more mostly with men, I've found as well.
That's still ego.
Yeah,
that's not shedding the ego.
It's like an impatience, isn't it? It's like they want that eureka moment, like you say, but they want it now.
It does send people mad though, quite often. I've seen that happen so many times.
It sounds like a competition, but it's not a competition of how fast and how quickly you can get there. It's just the motivations are not the right ones.
No,
it's a lifestyle. It's how you view life, and it's how you embody it into your everyday, isn't it? It's the practice of that, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. It's that, like Pam and I were talking the other day about Tim Wilde does his kind of daily affirmation on waking up, and has his spiritual practice that comes into his day. It's part of who he is. He's embodying it. We can't separate our, we're not separate.
It's about being again, isn't it? It's not about doing.
Yeah, it is that human being instead of the human doing. That's right. And you can see where all the shadows are kind of hanging out in the world now, with that happening with people, how the crown now is got all skewed.
There's a lot of people doing the whole love and light thing without looking at the shadow side of themselves.
Oh yeah, there's the fluffy side of it as well.
Yeah.
When really we do need to, it's not about, when you manage your emotions, it's not about stuffing them down and pretending they're not there. You have to work through it. Why am I triggered? Nothing wrong with any of that. Spiritual bypassing, yeah, totally. So you have to look at the aspects of what your journey is, and if you're out there, all of you guys here are perfectly capable of teaching and sharing with others, because you are walking your talk, you're trying to embody this stuff. You know, you're going through the mill when it happens, not comfortable, but when you're on this pathway, you're on it. It's not often fluffy, as we know, but we're here to embody that, learn from it, and then share. That's your upgrading, that's your learning your lessons and moving through it, and then try not to have that attract that again and again and again. It's about surfacing the unconscious stuff so that we can take the energy out of it so that it doesn't keep turning up. And some people's pathways are much trickier than others. On a soul level, some days you're just like, why did I choose this? Right, okay.
Wasn't in the brochure.
About, you know, and actually compared to others, my life, you know, isn't bad at all, you know, but we've chosen to show up. Whatever reason. And actually, if you think, I'm going to talk about the monad in a minute. If you think about, you know, our incarnations, this moment in history now where we are literally going through a time of massive shift of everything, old paradigm falling apart and then into a new way of being. It's an amazing time in a way to have chosen to be here for this. We here now are in our highest incarnation of what we were choosing to come and do and make changes, and the people that we were going to speak to and share with, and the stuff that we chose to go through in order to learn and help other people. So, you know, that's pretty amazing. So the ascension aspect of the crown chakra is you've got Archangel Jophiel, the angel of wisdom's helping us to connect to the wisdom of the universe. So that field of consciousness that's out there that we can tune into and helping us do that. The golden crystal crown of the 1,000-petaled lotus is like a radio antenna tuning into the higher frequencies from the great central sun. So the God consciousness and the keys of wisdom to our ascension. So he's there to help us on that journey. So whenever you're trying to connect, you can call in Archangel Jophiel to work with you. It's like anything else. Like if you look at the body talk system, the cortices technique is something that's been done billions of times by people all over the world. It holds a consciousness of its own. Archangel Jophiel and his mission holds a consciousness of its own. When you get mass group meditations going on around the world at the same time, it creates a consciousness and a shift happens. That's kind of what, you know, when you're doing a body talk session and you bring in a formula together of different parts that need to support, then you have a shift, either physically or emotionally, in order for the changes to come about. It's a clearing of energy and an upgrading of, you know, of the behavior and the energy in the cells. So it's source light energy received from our monad is activating light codes up to 30 miles around us. So as we embody those, we send them out. So even people, you know, around us will be kind of upgrading and learning from what we're learning. So you could have just had one little tiny conversation thinking that you've not made a difference, and that person's gone out and told another 10 people, and that's how it trickles out, even though we think we might not be making much difference. It's worth sharing the light, basically. So our inner knowledge and guidance is what we're tapping into as well. The enlightened wisdom that exists within all of us, because I'll talk about the monad in a minute. It's, you know, we've been through all these incarnations, we know all of this stuff. It's just that obviously we don't remember it all, but we're in a time now of remembering our consciousness through all our incarnations. So I think, is it Saint Germain and Merlin that's the same, they're the same monad, the same soul journey, but in different times in their incarnation. It's the same energy being reincarnated. So there's a few, I can't remember who, Leonardo da Vinci, I can't remember, there's another one that who came through as, I can't remember. Can you remember, Pam? We did work that out once.
Was it St. Francis of Assisi? Was
yes, I think it might be
something
like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's about becoming self-sufficient, and in that, if you think about the changes we are making, even in the fact of looking at our energy sources, buying some candles, purifying our water, growing a few vegetables, you know, being a bit more careful about our food, you know, all those kind of things are about becoming self-sufficient and learning how to grow or share stuff with people or recycle or reuse or whatever you're doing. It's all part and parcel of stopping that kind of wasteful, greedy, you know, because the climate change thing, obviously I don't buy a lot of it, as many of you here probably don't either, but some of it, like the oceans and stuff, is, you know, it's about plastic. A lot of the time, waste that's dumped in it. Now we're all recycling our plastic, and then somewhere along the line someone goes and dumps it in the sea. What's the point? Or all the waste, sewage and that goes out to have whatever done with it, and then somehow somewhere along the line some company's been given permission to dump that in our waterways. Well, you know, it's those kind of things. So some things we're doing our bit, and then the powers that be are not. So we need to obviously still focus on bringing change with that. Connection to higher energies, wisdom from your monad and other light beings, and then seeing through the illusions and beyond shadows. So that is the, you know, walking the talk. So the 3D to 5D crown, these are all the David Essery cards, which some of you have got, which I made a grid out of. So your frequency is raising up to 7th and 9th dimensional frequencies to tune into that energy. Of course, we're going to go in and out of that. And they're rerouted to the stellar gateway, and then there's like a chalice of energy that's linked to the great central sun, and then that comes into your crown. So the light codes pour through here, bringing your mission that supports your soul's energy, and then what you're here to do. Guided again by your monad, this activates your ascension process. So the monad is your oversoul. Some of you here know this stuff. Again, teaching you to suck eggs, some of you might not. So each of us has a monadic soul group of 12, and within 12 oversoul groups up to, that keeps going up to the 144 souls within your monad, and then that 144 is connected to another however many, and it goes up to 144,000. It's a connection. So it's consists of many of our lifetimes and incarnations through many dimensions. Stuff that we've, you know, we could have, you know, been in an incarnation where we were a much higher being in another time frame, and we needed to be in the incarnation that we're in now for this time in history. So, you know, obviously we don't remember all of that stuff, but we are starting to being able to tune back into that. But this supports a lot of, you know, our journey. The Merkaba or Merkaba, however you want to say it, I found this picture which I thought was nice, so I left the name of the soulflower.com, whoever it was, just to credit them for the picture. So this is like your vehicle of light all around you, like the angel orbs. The angels travel around in their own sphere of energy. When Pleiadians travel, they come in the you know, their own kind of Merkaba, their own, or Metatron's cube is a Merkaba. The Star of David, the Rahani star, is, you know, a Merkaba. So it's that kind of vessel of transportation and that portal and channel through to your connection. It also provides you with protection around you, like the bubble of light. We all have these around us, and this is literally our light body. It is part of us. It's just that we're not obviously aware that it's there. So when you are seen out there by other beings and stuff, we are these bright, shiny light beings, and obviously that's going to attract light and dark. So when that's strong, obviously it's repelling, and then when we've got lower aspects of our consciousness coming through, because we're clearing stuff, obviously then it opens up your protective energy and your Wei Chi, and sometimes things can get in. Often that is also about something that you needed to go through and learn, and then learn to have some boundaries and learn how to move this stuff on. But we are going to attract light and dark. So it's combines opposing energies in perfect balance, masculine and feminine. So that's the divine masculine and feminine as well. The earth and the cosmos. It's protection, transport your consciousness to higher dimensions, and reminds us of the potential power we yield when we find balance and raise our vibration. So that's partly what we're going to be doing in the meditation shortly. So interestingly, Pam, about this
words.
design, and actually Tim did talk about it on the Friday.
Yeah.
And then I realized that I've obviously knew that stuff, but wouldn't have called it that. So he talked about Tim Wilde did he does his obviously Monday meditation and his Friday ascension update, and he talked about he did a monadic activation, which I've actually included in the meditation so that we can connect into that. And he talked about being a fixed design, and that is that our mission here in this incarnation was to be human, and that we chose to be the structure of a human body, to experience being a physical form as opposed to a being of light that can change its energy or shapeshift. We've chosen the incarnation of being human. So Leonardo da Vinci, so for the group that I was with in person for, you know, from as many as 3, maybe 4 years ago, started popping up in body talk sessions. I was seeing the Vitruvian Man, and it just kept coming through for people trying to poke us and say everything's really out of balance, and if you don't look at balancing stuff, you know, this is what's coming, kind of thing. And then lo and behold, this all happened. We're like, oh, should I listen? You know, I even went to see some of his kind of artwork, and is very, very present, and he's just recently started popping up again. And then Pam, you shared that, you know, the Alejandro does the soul frequencies. He did his level of consciousness. Do you remember what it was, Pam? Was it 700 and something?
It was very high. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was way ahead of his time. And that was, he died, it was 500 death anniversary was a few years ago. So he was trying to tell us stuff, and obviously things have a lot of meaning behind them as well. But the Vitruvian Man is very much about everything in balance and working with nature, and the kind of, you know, when something's out, it's a bit like when you work with Chinese medicine as well. It's about balancing all the aspects in order for it all to work together and one support the other, and so that it all flows. So the other thing to note as well is that we're not our mind or our ego, and that's what creates the separation instead of embodiment. And that's where, you know, the programming of the TV and the radio and the kind of NLP technique propaganda that's kind of spewed out of the talking box and stuff is, it keeps us in that ego and in that mind and in that kind of mental state of kind of anguish, rather than us just embodying what other things are around us and all the, you know, good stuff that's going around, and then enabling us to be on our mission. So we have to learn, you know, that's part of the illusion that they want to paint for us. Of course, some of that is very real, some of it is actually happening. We have to again know what's going on, choose where we stand in it, and then bring the light to that. That means shifting through the emotions when we're being triggered and working through the shadows, and then sharing with people how you got through that, the other end, your own, you know, telling your story. The same as, you know, even if you align to certain therapies or you align to certain products, as a therapist on a journey, it's going to be things that are you sharing your truth still, things that you have a personal truth to, that work for you, therapies that work for you, that you're going to then be able to share. I couldn't share other therapists, for example, if it's not somebody who had an experience myself, because I've got nothing to base it on. Even if it's one of my very best friends, I still need to try it out in order to be able to say something about it. I'd still need to try any product, no matter how much I believed somebody was telling me they were brilliant. I would buy into it to try something, but I would still have to have my own experience. So it's about learning and sharing, having your own story, being authentic, being in your truth, and embodying what your journey is, so that you can share it with other people. So Jophiel is assisting us in receiving energy from our monadic presence. So tapping into the energy of all the incarnations we've had, we'll get downloads of light into and out into our crown, and then all around us into our spiritual fields. There are many dormant light codes in there as well that are ready to be activated, but these are only happen when we're ready to do that, because obviously sometimes when things change drastically, it means there's been some fallout of something else going on, like the Tower card coming up in the tarot, and then something good coming after. The clearing away of stuff has to happen first. So you wouldn't want to do too many things all at once, because things have to change in order to make way for new stuff. So like I've put there, they can be both challenging and beautiful. So this is how we grow and learn and share through our inner knowledge and our knowing, bringing guidance to us, sharing it out with others, and that's how we bring change and the new earth. Being self-sufficient, mastering what we're here to do in our role. So enlightened wisdom and connection to your higher self becomes clearer in our gifts as we raise our vibrations. So the more we have daily practice, so exercising the muscles, as it were, if you wanted to rehab a muscle, you can't just go and say take ayahuasca once, have this enlightened experience, and then say you're a guru or a teacher and go out and be able to teach to everyone else, because you haven't had any experience. So you have to do the daily practice and go through the things that shift for you, and learn and research, and go through your own stuff, and that does take daily practice. So it's what needs to be seen or felt or cleared. So shadow stuff, what is possible for me right now as well. And again, there's always a choosing. If you're getting too bombarded, or you're having too many downloads, or you've got too much spirit turning up, is to remember you're in charge of that. It's up to you at the end of the day, and for you to say enough, put your boundaries out. So the boundaries are not just for physical people, that's for spirit as well. And you remember and you assert your energy into that's enough now, and putting the shields up, and we're done for the day, thanks, I want to go to sleep, away, enough. So, and then you're looking at how do you do that, and that is, like I say, meditations and going through bits and bobs that work for you, and then each of us sharing with each other, and then you're sharing out with other people. So is that there? Yeah, that's the meditation next. So I'm just going to stop sharing. I'm just going to move you guys over here. How's that? I'll leave the meditation on the slide for you to have when I'm sharing it. Bear with me for 2 seconds. I'm just moving my screen around so I can still see it. Okay, I can see all of you now. I think that's it. So Karen, I'm going to do the meditation in a second. Obviously, it's happened a lot sooner than I had anticipated. So do you want to come off mute for a minute?
Yeah. Okay.
Any wisdom to share before you go? Anything that pops up for you while I was talking? Because obviously we can all grow and learn together here. It's not just to be me talking, it's all of us.
No, it's funny because you're talking about Tim Wilde, and I watch him a lot, and I've been saying his little saying since last week when he's been saying it. I really like it.
Yeah.
Just every morning, like he does, he says, say it before something jumps in. It's almost like you've got to jump into yourself by saying it, claiming who you are, and I quite like it.
Which
So,
one are you saying? Because there's
I am the monad, I am love divine, I am life, I am will, I'm fixed design.
that's it.
Yeah, so he says that 3 times in the morning and sort of jumps into himself. And I just really clicked with that. So
it's
I've been
lovely.
saying that a lot, and yeah, sort of feels right. I love Tim Wilde. I think he's great.
It's very, it's easy to listen to as well, isn't it? It's nice because it's just it's going to be about 15-20 minutes, and it's just easy to hear.
Yeah, no, that really helps. And just to say, my boundaries are getting better.
Yay!
Good.
That's good.
Yes,
boundaries are such a challenge.
I've set a couple this week. Well, a couple with clients, and then one with someone that I work with, which is good to set that. So yeah, so I feel a little bit more empowered by that. Clearly all my stuff I own, and that's okay.
Well, we can even if it's someone else's issue, we can only do something about what we're doing, right?
Yeah,
sometimes frustrating.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I'm dealing with my stuff. They can do what they like with their stuff. It's fine. So, yeah,
a boundary for me was learning to say no, because obviously I've talked about my human design being a projector, and I'm to wait for the invite, but then because then you get an invite, I'd get overexcited and say yes to everything, and then actually then had to realize, well, no, you should be choosing what's right for you, not just getting excited that somebody wants to listen to something.
It's probably why we work well together, because I'm an initiator and you wait for the invite.
So yeah, it covers different aspects, doesn't it? So that does work well. Yeah, it's interesting knowing that stuff for sure. It all helps, doesn't it? Add a little piece of the puzzle, and the soul contract and everything else that comes into who you are.
Equally, I would say I initiate lots of things and then think, oh my God, I've overcommitted. So sort of same pattern, but I'm initiating it.
Yeah, but that's what I do. I overcommit or I overpromise, and then I just literally physically haven't got time to do all these things I've said yes to. Or
and then
people that I want to see. Yeah. I end up burnt out, or you end up frustrated. You got more energy than me.
Normally, not tonight.
No.
Knackered tonight. Anyway, I will leave you lovely people to enjoy your meditation.
And I'll obviously send you the recording.
Yeah, please
enjoy your trip.
I will.
Yeah, have a lovely time.
I might do the meditation. I'm looking after the girls tomorrow night once they've gone to bed.
Lovely.
Dan and his wife are out. I'll probably listen to it then, taking my laptop with me. So
good timing. I will put it up on the screen so that you can all see it, but I'll do the meditation where I can see you all first, and then I'll put it up. All right, I'll see you. Let's probably speak to you anyway I can. So have a lovely time.
Have a good one. Love to all of you.
Bye.
Bye.
Anyone else want to share anything about what I've talked about? Any add to any of that? Any experiences where you've seen other people going through funny shifts? We kind of covered enough of it. Yeah. Cool. Right. So if during this meditation, if you've got pen and paper or colours or whatever, it's worth just bringing them to every single thing, because what would be good if you get a light code come through or a colour show up, or even if you could try and just write something down, keeping your eyes closed so that you're still in that meditative state, but you've got that paper in front of you, just scribble something on as it pops up. It's a bit like trying to remember your dreams, because some of these symbolic things that come up for you, and then you get to the end and you've forgotten what they are probably really significant things that are being shown to you for you to kind of decipher. I think it would be good, at this stage for you to start journaling a bit some of your experiences, yeah, to see what pops out. And then it's a bit like what we learn, Mandy and I learn in the other group, is obviously there's differences. Psychic things that pop out have a different meaning sometimes to spiritual meanings. Spiritual meanings to things is more like the sort of definition you would get when you look in a dream dictionary. So you could get an animal come up and look in animal totems, for example, and see what that signifies in that sense. And then you could think to yourself about, well, what does that animal do? What are their characteristics? And then look at it from that perspective of what you actually know about that animal, and then think about the consciousness of that from that perspective. Or you could look in a dream dictionary for a kind of different angle on the spiritual meaning and see what it says in there instead. So there's all different things, and what will happen is they'll start to become more natural for you. You'll build up your own little directory of what things mean what, and then they'll start coming up in your sessions, like things like that, doing body talk or mindscape. They all pop in, and you're familiar with different guides and animals, and it just all becomes part of your own kind of repertoire of things that mean something to you. So that helps you deciphering your own stuff, but it also helps you to decipher when things come up when you're working with other people, because that ladybird turning up for you again and again with a message could turn up in someone else's session, and you go, oh, okay. And you could say, does this and this mean anything to you? And they're like, oh yeah, how did you know that? It's, well, spirit or your higher self has just shown you something that you're familiar with. So even during your day, something random pops into your head, try and write it down, try and remember it, and build up your own directory of things that you know that you've got your higher self or spirit or something is actually trying to give you a message. It's a bit like when you wake up from a dream, you write it down quickly before you forget. All right, now I know some of you are going to fall asleep. I can see Pam and Sue yawning, and Val. You all look really tired today. Louise is knackered. So if you go to sleep, because it's it's a big old time at the moment, don't worry about it. Just make sure you revisit the meditation again when you're a bit more awake. Try and do it this week while we're in the energy of what we've been talking about. So I will ping my bowl at the end just to make sure that you've all come back. All right. Don't worry. I mean, obviously don't deliberately lay down too much so that you're going to go to sleep, but if it happens, it happens. It's fine. Okay, right. So I'm just going to pop you all on mute. Make sure you've got everything you need around you. Just settle into your body and your breathing. Can you hear me okay? Is it too loud or good volume? Yeah, okay. And just close your eyes when you're ready. Alternatively, if you think you're going to fall asleep straight away and you've got a candle to stare at instead, that might be good. Or stare at one object. That helps you kind of stay conscious, but in that meditative state where you're just looking at one thing. And breathe in and breathe out. And just relax all the tension in your body, relaxing through your head, your jaw, shoulders, even your ears. Just relaxing down into your body, your tummy. Let it all hang out. pelvis, your legs. Down into your feet. Just pushing those roots down the base of your chakra, from your base chakra and out of your feet into the earth star chakra. Noticing the colours. Deep grey. Pushing the roots further down into the centre of Mother Earth. Just wrapping around a giant crystal, whatever shows up for you. Anchored into the Earth star and anchored into the earth. Bring your awareness to your solar plexus chakra. And just pushing out this golden light from your solar plexus, forming a bubble of light all around you. Your own protected bubble. Calling in Archangel Michael to assist in clearing any energies or entities, any energy that no longer serves you. Cut the cords, seal the ends. Command that they leave. Just connecting up to the six-pointed star. Bringing in the Christ consciousness energy, the Ruhani healing energy through this protection of the six-pointed star. Just allowing that to flow into the stellar gateway. That connection of that healing energy coming through the stellar gateway. Bright golden orange. And then bringing that light, connecting down, flowing towards you through the soul star, the magenta. Flowing down further into the causal chakra, slightly above and behind your head, that moon white. That energy connecting in to your crown, the golden crown. Just feel that connecting then into your third eye and the crystal ball, the emerald green light. Down further, that whole column of light together, connecting into your throat chakra, royal blue. Into your higher heart and then your heart chakra, pure white. The bright gold of your solar plexus. Just in your senses, sensing what's coming through. All these colours swirling and mixing, connecting to your energies. They all travel down towards your navel. Bright golden light. It's energy within and all around you, down into the luminous pink of your sacral chakra. Allowing these all to activate at the energy that's right for you, into the platinum of your base. And then connecting down into the deep magnetic grey of your Earth star. One giant column of light connected to the Earth. A healing light connected from above, and the healing from the Earth. All the energies mixing and merging. Being aware of all of your senses, what you can feel, whether there's a taste that you can see in your mind's eye. Sounds. Maybe physical sounds that you're aware of, but you're able to just ignore their presence. Or you may be getting high pitched downloading or whatever is there for you. And smell. See us all now walking up a hill. It's nighttime. The moon is bright in the sky. And the sky is clear. It's just a gentle climb up the hill. The grass is soft beneath your feet. It's a gentle breeze, but it's not cold. And as we reach the top, we take our places in the circle. Just lay down on the ground for a bit, looking up at the stars. Just sensing into what's there for you through your senses. What you see around you, what you can hear in that, what's showing itself to you. Just feel into your body. Honor the journey you've had in your life and the wounds along the way, whether they're emotional or physical. Have the thumb seeing the gifts in those wounds. Or the learning that was there. Place your hand to wherever you are in your body, whatever part of your body you have an awareness to, and just bring that beautiful healing, the energy through the ascension chakras, and a Christ consciousness, the Rohani healing light. Just bring it to those spaces that need healing. Remembering on whatever level you chose some challenges. Being through the illusion of separation, duality. those aspects of you that got caught up in what you needed to heal in this lifetime. And into remembering who you truly are beyond the ego and the tricks in the illusion, and allowing those spaces in your body to heal emotionally or physically. Asking and receiving this healing. In the space of your protected bubble. Invite your guides in to assist you on your journey, and Archangel Jophiel. Sensing the guides that are there. Anything that feels off, are you from the light? Are you from the light? Are you from the light? If they're not, send them away. We're inviting in an upgrade of DNA of whatever we're ready to receive throughout the whole meditation. In each moment is just whatever you're ready to receive. What's right for you in this now moment. Just relax your hands, lying under the stars, the dust clearing from your sight. The density in your senses clearing. Asking Archangel Jophiel to step forward and assist us in this next part of our journey. Feel into your crown chakra, allowing this to expand further and illuminate. Sensing the energy there, the sensation, what you can see in your mind's eye. Feeling the energy coming through your crown chakra into your whole body. Light filling your body, creating your light body in every space within and all around you. A ball of light. Seeing us all there together in our ball of light under the stars. Expanding your awareness to further out to your own portal of light, your personal Merkaba. Fully activated light body. A vehicle of connection to the divine love. Feel that space. Connection to higher realms. Your connection to source. Feel into the vibration of love soaring all around you, within you, in its highest expression of joy and love. To embody the love within you, find it within yourselves, your self-love. You feel this energy also in your expanded heart and higher heart. Connecting into the energy of the crown. We're calling in our family of light. Sense or feel this channel of communication opening up through your crown. Tuning into the frequencies. The family of light may be ascended masters, archangels, past incarnations. Your soul group. Other light beings. Maybe Syrians, Pleiadians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Lyrans, or maybe something else, all for the highest good. Ask your guides now to channel through some light codes. See whether anything comes out of the end of your pen. Drawing random shapes or symbols or anything that wants to come through you. A word. Just ask. Ask to channel through a light code, a sound or frequency, a symbol. Show you a gift. What's the gift? In your mind, just say after me or out loud if you want to. I receive codes of light to activate my physical, emotional, mental, and light body. I am ready to receive. You may connect with dragons, fairies. If either of these show up, ask them to bring through an energy essence from the elementals of nature. A healing essence for you, and write that down if something comes to mind. You may have dolphins coming in, bringing communication and bringing flow to something that feels blocked. Ask them to help you clear a blockage. Just feel what's clearing. You may see birds or an eagle. You may feel connected to that in order to see the bigger picture of something, to be able to zoom out and observe from a higher viewpoint. And then all the other connections that we have to animals, plants, trees. These all help us to heal by connecting to the earth. Just see what jumps out for you. Just observing the old paradigm, asking our guides to bring in an energy essence to help us clear this and to see clearly through the illusions. What essence turns up for you here? Anything that randomly pops into your mind. Ask Spirit, your guides. Healing the old mind. Bringing light to our place on the new earth. Next, ask Archangel Jophiel, family of light, to gift you an elixir to help you heal your body mind. Few things that you need to get physically to help you. Choosing now to step out of old cycles that no longer serve us. See us in our circle of light, all of us upgrading our DNA, stepping into new paradigm, new earth. Having trust in your path. Gathering up all the old energy and sending it off with the fire dragons to be transmuted through the great central sun. And in return, receiving the light codes for your new reality through your crown, encoding the new Lemuria. Embody these into your third eye, your pineal gland, activating your higher heart and your heart, bringing you further into your natural healing abilities. And now repeat after me. I am the monad. I am the light divine. I am love. I am will. I am fixed design. I am the monad. I am light divine. I am love. I am will. I am fixed design. And once more, remembering your connection to your monad, all of your incarnations. I am the monad. I am light divine. I am love. I am will. I am fixed design. Still repeating after me as I open to more and more of my own truth. I can easily see and affirm the truth of wholeness and integration in me and in others. Into love. I am free. I am healed. We are one. And so it is. Write down anything that's popped in. Gently bring your awareness to your chakras and the light all around you, pulling your energies back towards your physical body. Still having your connection to the earth, just tuning down the energies of the ascension chakras and the healing to a manageable level. Thanking all the guides. Any being that showed up for us today. There's a lot of possibilities. They don't all need to come in. It's just giving you all ideas of what's possible for you. You'll make your own team. You'll have your own guides and your own directory of symbols that mean something to you, and your guides will change as you change sometimes, and some will stay with you for a long time. Taking a few deep breaths as you see us all in the circle, making our way back down the hill. Back into the room when you're ready. Just having a stretch, rubbing your hands together, banging your feet on the floor, whatever you need to do to bring you back. I'm going to share the screen just for a moment so that that's visible. So when I go through my meditations, they change as I'm reading them, because I just allow the flow to come with them. So these words are for guidance. If you use these words yourself, change them into whatever means something to you. And then that's the second one. You can change your affirmations to what means something to you. This is all just to give you guidelines of stuff that may work. So you can take a screenshot or not, use your own, whichever you want to do. Wheel back. Okay. Shay's gone. Can we ping? Anyone got any bells? Get my my bowl. And the dungy thing is right with my glasses. You hear that? Right, let's do the video thing.
I've just tried to call her, but it's not. I think she's on silence.
I'll share sound. And I'll share the screen again. That should come through then. Hear it now?
No.
No? Weird, isn't it? Well, that's come through. I've done share sound. Oh well, she'll wake up. I can hear it. It's difficult when you're working online to know how to wake people up when they've gone, because you don't want your phone on, do you, in case it rings. It's a bit of a hazard. Okay, so let's have some sharing, because that's always good for everybody to share your experiences so that we can all learn from that too. Who'd like to share some things that popped out? Did anyone manage to write anything down? Yeah, Mandy? going to come off mute.
Yeah. She's coming. She's waking.
Oh, yay. Hi, Faye. We've been clanging the bowl and everything, but it didn't work.
Was it a long time? I thought I was just awake.
I'm not sure. Maybe just the last bit. It's okay.
Oh, sorry.
Doesn't matter. It is difficult doing it in the evening anyway. Right, Mandy, do you want to share what you managed to write down?
I wrote down that the hill was in Turkey.
Yeah.
And the smells or the potions or whatever was rose and cinnamon.
Oh.
And then I thought that sounds quite Turkish. So and I saw a crown on a cushion. And then there was the boat. It was like a Viking ship with a sail, although I'm not sure they had sails, but anyway, it had a sail. And on it was like a shamrock, but it was a red shamrock. And it was slowly spinning in the air. So it wasn't like it was on the sea. So that was interesting. And then my cat meowed from the other side of the door. And I had to get up and let him in, obviously.
There was a moment when your cat was like that at the screen, and I was trying not to laugh.
He's purring away.
Always funny.
Yeah, they love it, don't they? They love getting involved. Oh yeah, I got quite a lot of prickling on the right side of my head, sort of just like tapping, or like little electric shocks on the top right. And I saw a unicorn come in, which was brilliant. And then the elixir was like a tiger's eye. So I kind of think that might be helpful. I think that's quite grounding.
Yeah.
And we've had a bit of a saga with another cat, a tabby kitten. And right up at the beginning, he just came in, and I didn't really know quite exactly what he was wanting to say, but it was just like some kind of acknowledgement of what's been going on. So that was interesting. And he was like there straight away. So that's fascinating. So, and that's it. That's me. That's me done.
So you can sit with your symbols on another occasion and ask what they mean for you. But look at those things in actuality first, in real life, what they symbolize.
Right.
And then look up kind of dream dictionary type meanings as well. And then the animal ones, you can obviously look up totems or think about what the qualities of the animal are. Mm-hmm. You've got healing qualities within rose and cinnamon, as well as tinctures and things like that. And obviously tiger's eye has its own properties. So there could be a theme running there of what's coming through for you, guidance. So do some feeling around of what jumps out at you when you do some research and stuff. Because we could all try and interpret each other's messages, but at the end of the day, for you.
Yeah.
And you'll build your own up. And those will pop through with other people as well once you've worked out what it means to you.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mandy. And Val?
I did not fall asleep.
Yay! You did well. I could see you opening your eyes a bit some of the time, just staring at something. Right, I'm determined to stay awake.
So that worked well. So I phoned because I couldn't move because I had the cats, you see, can't disturb them. Motown just played Thug Life and pulled my glass on the floor, but it's a plastic glass and it was empty. But she was going like this,
All that cats do.
Yeah, looking at me in the eyes.
They're like naughty little children where you say don't touch it and they go, no, I'm going to touch it, I'm going to touch it.
Yeah. So the tunnel of white light felt really warm once, you know, all the chakras and everything was connected. It felt really warm and comforting. The hill was Glastonbury, the tour, you know, the walk to the tour.
Okay.
We were all laying on our back, you know, all our heads close together. So we looked like a flower, really.
Nice.
The
We should go and do that in real life.
the wounds were some physical scars that I have, you know, C-section and the cyst and everything. And when Jofiel turned up, so you said to focus on the crown, and what appeared was like a hologram of a crown, but it was flames. But because it was a hologram, it was not dangerous. But it was like a queen's or king, but made out of flames. Pleiadians, Andromedians, and Moses was present.
Oh.
And it's a bit crazy because there's been a lot of Judaism coming up recently.
Of Moses.
Yeah. And the light code was a Merkaba with a high pitched sound.
Okay.
That I didn't take any notes. And then my healing was meant to be through water, like a baptism through immersion. And I can heal my old mind through herbal remedies.
Oh, wow.
So quite a lot.
Yeah, talk to Kaidi about that.
Well, it's planned anyway. So
Yeah.
I'll.
Kaidi's very spiritual as well. For anybody who doesn't know Kaidi very well, she reads cards, she does the gongs, and she's a medical herbalist. So she is very tuned in spiritually too. So when you get a tincture, it's kind of the whole thing for every need that you have. She's very good. Oh, that's lovely.
So thank you. That was really
Yeah.
good.
Quite a lot of information, but I wanted to give you all some ideas today of what's possible. Sometimes you can just get stuck with the same things coming up. So yeah, could have had a lot less in it. So another time I'll do a lot less once you've got all the ideas in there, and then you can conjure up your own with a kind of wider list of things that's possible. And obviously that goes on and on and on. Thanks, Val. Anyone else? Faye?
Yeah, I stayed awake for some of it. I tried really hard. So at the very start, when we were all together, it was dark and there were lots of stars and constellations in the sky. I don't remember, it wasn't like a specific hill, but it was like a cartoon at first. I often get like cartoon images for some reason. And then there were flames and I could see Pam's face through the flames. And then there was, my notes are mental. And then there was like, it's funny that Mandy, you said about the cinnamon and rose. That's literally what I'm burning in there is cinnamon. That's my oil tonight, and rose as well. I had some rose petal tea earlier, but I don't know if that's related. But yeah, burning cinnamon. Joe Field kept saying the word Balthazar to me. Balthazar, Balthazar. I was like, all right. And then I saw a crown on a cushion. Yeah, same. Is that you? Is that you as well? Okay, and then Val mentioned waves. I had Neptune's trident in some weird waves. It was like a man mermaid and it was blue and green like this going up. And then when you were talking about the energy, that was very, very much like a blue and a purple. And and then I went to sleep. I think you said something about dragons and then I don't know. I was out.
Oh, that was quite near the end.
Oh, okay. in and out of the
Yeah.
house.
They were just some other possibilities, the things that could come through to help clear. The dragons were the clearing parts, taken like gathering up your baggage and asking them to clear that to the great central sun. So you just keep asking your dragons to do that every day if you want, everybody. Some days I'm just like, right, come and take it away. I can't work it out. It's too big for my brain. So yeah, just remembering that we can ask, just then trusting it. So that's lovely. Thanks, Faye. And Lou?
Well, I have to say it all sounds rather amazing, but I think I missed pretty much all of it. I don't remember Hill. I don't remember anything apart from dragons, and I thought, I don't know what I'm meant to be doing with dragons. So I think I'll probably have to listen to it again because I must have just conked out. I sat there to start with my eyes open. And then, I mean, I know I'm really tired this evening,
Yeah.
so I just think I've just conked out. So I've missed
okay.
all of it apart from dragons, and I was just like, not sure I know what I'm meant to be doing with that either. So.
But again, like I've said before, you've had lots of healing because the healing was obviously going on right the way through the whole meditation, which is always nice. And just listen to it again when you're more awake. You may still get, because your subconscious would have been listening, so you may still get some symbols and signs and things pop up for you that you need to know, even though you weren't conscious in that sense. All right, thanks, Lou. I think, Pam, you went to sleep as well, didn't you? Oh, you didn't? Oh, you look like you were asleep.
How dare you?
Got to come off mute, Pam. Let's
Yeah.
see what.
I mean, it wasn't as exciting as you girls, but I wasn't asleep, no. Yeah, the column of light was very bright, very clear, and I was very hot. In fact, I thought at one stage I'm going to have to get up and open the window. I was so hot and, sort of throbbing. I was climbing up Glastonbury Tor as well, like Val.
Ah.
But the funny thing was, I was lying on the ground looking at the stars with everybody else, and then I got up and the hill went on and on and on, and I just kept following it. I don't know what happened. Or maybe I did drift off for a minute or two because I don't know where I went. And there was a lot of high-pitched sound, and there was healing coming through the sound, but not lovely crowns on cushions and kittens, and no, nothing like that.
Again, it will still evolve. You were still in it, visualizing things as I was talking about it. That's the main thing. So yeah, and again, this is a start, isn't it? All of this is for you to adapt and use your own whenever. That's lovely, Pam. Thank you. So just, I think, Natalia or Sue, who wants to go next?
Well, I'll go quickly because everything that Lou said, I was thinking, yeah, and me. So same.
You were a bit zoned out this evening, Sue. Yeah.
Yeah, I really did try to stay awake. I was staring at a light just above my screen, but it was too much for me in the end.
Yeah, I could see you were a bit zoned out. But you did well though. You stayed upright.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
think that's
expecting you to go.
I think my structure then I get achy then. I think when I'm asleep or sat up.
Yeah, you did nod at one point, but
Yeah.
it's understandable because Wednesday's your big day at clinic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, just do it. Do it when you're more awake.
I will.
And then for those that do it again, it's actually really nice to hear what comes through for you, just because it's interesting to all of us. So just try and remember to share in the group what comes up or any insights, because again, we're all learning from each other. Or if you've worked out what your symbols mean, or if they keep showing up in other ways, that's really exciting too. So do have a little share. And Natalia?
Didn't see much. I just seen it. us in the circle, but like your Val said, we were joined by the head. In my circle, we were joined by the feet.
Ah,
So opposite. And then oh, my cat is attacking me, sorry. She's in a playful mood at the moment. And she thinks that attacking is a great game. And I got as a healing amber.
okay.
Yeah, and that's it from me. Not much.
You're getting a bit zoned out.
I couldn't get into it actually. I was like constantly thinking about something else and had to bring myself in.
So your mind's a bit busy at the minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was quite busy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So to constantly refocus.
Some days it's easy, isn't it, to meditate, and other days it's just,
yeah.
you know, I give up. So yeah, just work on it. Just know that you've got the gifts and everything that you're meant to have, and do it again. And I will sit and listen to it myself as well, because I never know how it's going to come out until I do it. And the words that I used are a bit different to what's written on the screen that I've given you. So if ever you guys wanted to record your own voice reading out, you know, your own meditations for the crown, do that too, and then share that with people that you know, because at the end of the day what we're doing is we're all trying to wake as many people up as possible so that we can get on with this new earth. So keep sharing as well. Any insights you have, share that with other people. If you're doing a session with somebody and something pops in, share it, which is always good. There's lots of coughing going on this evening, so there's some clearing. And now lots of yawning. So I think that's a wrap, ladies. Just trying to think if there's anything else that popped out while I was doing it that was significant. Can't remember now what came up for me while I was doing it, but I'll share in the group when it pops back in. I'm too busy talking now, of course. Pat?
Can I just wish Sue huge luck for next week?
Thank you.
Oh yes.
Ooh, thank you. Yes, Tuesday morning at 8 a.m.
Oh wow, gosh.
Yeah.
On Zoom.
Thank you. On Zoom. Yes.
So
yes.
what is
Tuesday and
what
Wednesday.
exam is that? Is that a written exam or?
Well, one's practical. I'm really not sure which one's which. So I'm not really. I might ask her. I suppose I should. But one is kind of like go through the whole system, you know, like and explain it without looking at anything. And the next one will actually be where she asked me those questions, and you know, how did I navigate there, and etc. You know, and then she'll give me a formula and then say, how did I get there, that kind of thing. So and how well, Pam will know more than I do from because she's been through it, but again, not on Zoom, so I don't really, you know for sure. And it is hard to get to you know, ask questions, but I can via email for Karen. So
Yeah,
but I did see a reply from her actually before I came on, so I thought, oh, when I finish, I'll see, because I sent 6 case studies to her yesterday. So
You've got the exam on 2 different days?
Different days, Tuesday and Wednesday, both at 8 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sue.
Thank you.
yeah. Good luck.
Thank you.
We're calling you Sue Tishner, Sue. Got Pam Tishner. How long ago was that, Pam?
Oh goodness, 2 years?
Is it really?
Is it? No.
It might be, you know.
No.
Yeah,
It was
well,
before lockdown.
It's
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
lockdown is almost 2 years. Yeah, in
Yes,
March it
so
will be
much
2
time, I
years.
can't-
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, that's why I've got to
Yeah.
finish mine, because that's when we did the
That's right, yes,
integration,
yeah.
and then it was you did your thing just straight after that, didn't you? Your exam. So
yeah.
it's probably about December.
Wow, good memory, Sue. I haven't got a clue what I did yesterday.
It's about tracing your steps back.
That's a lot of steps. It's like, oh, what did you have for dinner yesterday? I have no idea. My memory is that bad. I actually wouldn't want to sit an exam right now because I'll be like, I don't remember anything. When I'm in the flow of a session, it's absolutely fine. When Sue's asking me things when I'm there as a case study, I have to really think about some of the things because it's such a flow that you're just doing it. And when you're laying on the couch, it's completely different to being sat in the energy of doing a session. It's completely different. But
Yeah, you zoned out. Yeah, that's what we were
you're
talking
zoned
today.
out and
So
actually,
isn't it?
yeah, you're looking at
Yeah.
it from a different perspective, and then
Yeah.
you think, well, actually, I don't know how I get to that sometimes because obviously I've kind of automatic now. It's autopilot, some of it. So it's good. It's been good for me, Sue, actually, because it's made me, really think about things in a broader sense as well. It's the same when I was coordinating for Karen. I was just suddenly like, oh, I've got to remember the linear aspect of this so I can help people. How do I do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's been interesting. You're doing really well.
Thank you.
Really well. From where
Yeah.
you started when you obviously very anxious when you started practicing on us to where
Yeah.
you are now is a massive journey. So well
Yeah.
done for
Thank
keeping
you.
at it. It is a lot of work, body talk.
Yes, more than I thought actually, but hey, I'm on the road now. As I
You
say.
have to just keep going with it. It's one of
Mm.
those things that you've just got to take it on and do it 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 until you're done.
Mm.
And then you're done. That's it. We'll never have to take that exam again once you're done.
Yeah.
And then you can go all over the place with it. Yay!
Yeah, I'm absolutely determined. So we'll see.
You are. I'm impressed at how determined you've taken it on. So yeah, well done and good luck. I'll probably speak to you before then anyway.
Yeah.
And thanks for all the sessions. It's been fun.
Yeah. So the only person I won't have done will be you, Faye. So out of people here, because I'm going to do Mandiano soon, and actually meet you, and then everybody else I've done. So, we've had sessions with. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sue. Honestly, it is a big task to take on. So really, really well done.
Well, thanks to everybody.
That's all right. So I'll see you all on Telegram, no doubt, within minutes or hours or days. Take care, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye
Sue.
bye.
Bye. Good
Bye.
night.
Bye bye.
Good luck, Sue.